Get the money, honey. Get the money, honey. Get the money, honey. Hey, 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 hey. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming. My name is Christina L. Turner, Kingmaker. If you have or this been the very first time that you've ever been to my YouTube channel, this is Business Talk with Christina L. Turner. And my specialty is, let's see, I am a destiny helper. Yes, that's what I do. So I love working with new entrepreneurs or those that's trying to get into business. I am the go-to person. I have been in business for over 30 years, and I love help building 6+ figure business for other people and of course for myself. Again, I've been in business for over 30 years and I have a couple of businesses, and I'm also an author and a speaker. So welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so glad that you are here today. I am in another country. I have been here for the past 7 days. I will be here until Tuesday. No, till Tuesday, and then I have to come right back. So it will be a total of 9 days, and then I have to go to London. So anyway, I am so happy that you had the opportunity to stop by. If you haven't done so already, you can tell somebody to come in and take a ear, okay, and a look on my video today. And what we're going to be talking about is validation. Okay. And this is something I like to talk about. I love talking about business basics because if you don't have the basis and get a strong foundation, then what ends up happening is your business is only going to be as strong as your foundation. Okay, so let's get into it. I don't want to drag along, and I believe this is going to be a series, so this is not going to be a 45-minute video. We hope not, but it is going to. I want you to get your pen and paper. And also, too, if you have questions, I would like for you to write them down, and then for you to send your questions to me. And yes, I will answer them. Send your questions to me at info@ChristinaLTurner.com. That's a ChristinaLTurner.com. Okay, my website is out and up and running. I am so excited. It was, listen, guys, look. Before we even get into this validation of your business, I think it's very frustrating for me to get with people or hire people to do certain things and they don't do it. And I always believe in giving people an opportunity. And sometimes I even question the reviews. I don't have a lot of reviews, but that doesn't mean I don't do a lot of business because I don't have a lot of reviews. And I'm trying to get my clients to level up on in regard to the reviews that for the things that I do for them and stuff like that. So anyway, getting into this particular story about my website. My website was supposed to be up a couple of weeks ago. I hired an individual to do the website. I told them specifically what I wanted to do in regard to how I want the website to depict. I wanted to depict me as a consultant, not just the core element of my major company, because Christina L. Turner .com, Christina L. Turner Consulting, all that is underneath Christina L. Turner Enterprises. Okay, so which is the parent company to all of my businesses. We have worked really, really hard to make sure that we umbrella my business so it'd be one major corporation, and then all the other businesses fall under there, all the other LLCs and yada, yada, yada. And I'll talk to you about that. I'll teach you how to structure your business and get it aligned and have it underneath a trust. And, your trust will own everything. You will own nothing, that kind of thing, and how it protects you. And we can talk about that. So let me get back into the website. So the person, I showed them the website that I have, and those of you that have been with me for a while, you knew what that website looked like. And I didn't feel like it was, doing the thing, the Christina L. Turner thing. I have progressed within the last couple of years, and I just really wanted it to depict who I am as an individual, who I am as an entrepreneur, and as a professional. And so, which is why I wanted someone else to do the website, one, so that it can take some time, give me more time to do what I need to do, okay? And then also to give someone else an opportunity that was getting or been in the business for they were new, I think they're over 3 years, okay? So they're still fairly kind of new. Well, babies, let me tell you, King Champions, that website was a hot mess. I was so disappointed. So last week, what I had to do, I went to go see my granddaughter and spend some time with her. And while I was there, I was up for like 2 days straight creating my website. So if you go on to ChristinaLTurner.com, you will see the website is up and running. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the consulting services that you will be getting from me or someone else. Depends. It's all up to you. We have the fast track consulting services. We have the 3 months, 6 months. I figured that if I cannot help you within a 6-month period to get you to your 6-figure goal, then you cannot be helped, because I am very, very thorough. I walk you through step by step. Fast track is for those that all they need is, what do I need to do? How do I need to do it? Boom, boom, boom. They have a meeting with me and they literally run off and do what they're supposed to do without me having to walk them through. Now, the other programs that I have, I'll walk you through. Also on the website, there is, and before I forget to tell you, this Tuesday that is coming up, I have the mastermind. Yes, mastermind business study hall for entrepreneurs, the first of its kind. So we'll be doing that. And if you haven't signed up, you have until Monday night. So whenever this video is loaded up, you have, which I think is going to premiere Monday, which is late Sunday night. It's actually Monday, like late in the morning, whatever. You are going to have to register for this video. I mean, not for the video, for the study hall. It is going to be phenomenal, because it's going to give you an opportunity to work on the things that you need to work on. There's going to be some collaboration in the room where people are supposed to be helping other people. And then it's, of course, the time for you to network, to get together with other like-minded people who know what it's like to be in entrepreneurship. And sometimes it's really hard. It can be very challenging when all around you got people who work regular jobs. And not to say that you don't work a regular job, but you want to make something of your own, and you want to make sure that you do the necessary steps, and you want to set out time, because when you are creating any kind of business, it's going to take time. Your business is your relationship, okay? And you have to put time in. You got to give. And when I'm talking about time, not just time that you're going around in a circle, but time that is, we call productive time. Okay, so you want to make sure that you do productive time with your business. And this is what the study hall is going to be all about. The very first one that I'm ever doing. So I'm really, really excited, which is why I'm late getting on video and the website and all that stuff. So you got all these little distractions, but I'm here. So let's get started. So let's talk about validation. And I want to go into what validation really is, okay? So validation means, okay, this is how you create it. It's a plan for your business that is very important for entrepreneurs. One is, when you're getting ready to start a business, you want to ensure that your business idea is viable, and that it has the potential for success. Okay. So we know, because the world is so big, yet so small. And a lot of us would probably say, I really would like to get a t-shirt business, and I want to do or makeup, or I want to do tires or something like that. And there's all these other competition and competitors in different ways. This is where validation is very, very important, because one of the things that you don't want to do is you don't want to get into something that you not only feel, but that has a potential for success. Okay. So first things first, what you're going to do. All right. The first thing you need to do is you're going to need to define your business idea. So what is it? So you're going to have to clearly articulate your business concept, including your product or service, who's you're going to be your targeted audience, and then your unique value proposition. Okay. So one of the best ways is to see your concept is to write it down. You need to write it out. And I know a lot of us, sometimes we feel that it's just a lot of work to start writing things down. One of the things I find myself doing, like we're still working on the skincare line for C. Larice, which is my skincare company. And before I launched it, I wanted to be absolutely right. And I wrote down exactly what it is that I want, how I want the product to look. I'm constantly doing research. I'm constantly looking at my competition. I'm constantly staying on top of all the new trends. That is part of validating your business. And so you want to make sure that who is your targeted audience. Okay, so who are the people that I'm going to be targeting the skincare line to? Or if I'm going to be doing a different kind of bubble gum, who am I going to be targeting my audience? Is it going to be kids? Is it going to be 18-year-olds? Is it going to be young business owners? Is it going to be the baby boomers who would be like my dad, or your grandparents, or if you're in that era? So you want to define your business idea. So you need to write that down. Number two is you need to research your market. That's very important, to conduct a thorough market research, because you need to understand your industry, you need to understand your competitors, and then also your potential customers. So you need to identify where the market trends are. How is it trending? And is it related to your business? And then what are the other trends that is similar, that's including the customer need and your pain points? Okay. So the pain points is where's the lack? Okay, where's the lack in the customer need? What are the pain points on that situation? And we'll talk about that in another video, because like I said, this is going to be a series on validation, and I'm going to break it all the way down to nothing, and that you will have all the points. So every time that you go to a video and you want to start a business, this is where you start at first. We're not even talking about getting your LLC. We're not talking about registering your business name and making sure that no one has a name like you, or trademarking or anything like that. We are really going down to the foundation. It's something I have not talked about before. This is something that no one talks about ever, because we're all into just making sure that you have the legalities together. But before you even get the legalities together, you need to make sure that your foundation is strong. So if you're feeling like this is a great information for you, what I would like for you to do is subscribe. Also, I'd like for you to like my video, and then also share this information with someone who wants to get into business. Okay. And then that this information is going to help them. All right. So right now we just talked about defining your business ideas. And then I just mentioned about researching your market. Another thing I said was identifying your targeted audience. Sorry, my laptop just slid off the thing. I don't know how, but defining your targeted audience. You need to know who your targeted audience is going to be, right? That is like very, very key, because you don't want to sell to everybody. You can't. You got to have an audience. There's a certain, I always say that there are certain nation of people that you are going to attract. You cannot take everybody. Everybody's not going to like you. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay in the position that you are in and what is given to you. And you have to be, when I say okay with it, be grateful and happy in your position and work that position. Work it. Work the position that is given to you in confidence. Work the position that is given to you in gratefulness. Work the position that is given to you in knowledge. So let's go back to how we talking about identifying your targeted audience. So who is your ideal client? Who's your ideal customer? Okay, the people. And so how do you find them? First, you need to find your ideal customers by their demographics. Where are they? Are they in your town? Are they in your, when I mean your town, is your city? Is it within your state? Is it in another state? Is somewhere else where the need may be? Because sometimes we are so linear in our thinking that we do not think vast. And vast means you can operate your business where you are in a whole nother state, in a whole nother country. And how do I know? Because I've done it. I do it. Okay. I've operated my business in London. I've operated my business in Dubai. I operated my business in the Caribbean islands. I have reached out in places because if I felt that it was too saturated in the place where I'm at, even though my business is registered here, I launched out into the deep. Okay, so don't be linear in your thinking. Do the demographics, find what the preferences and the behaviors of the people who are going to be interested in what it is that you are selling, providing, and you want to make sure that those people and their behaviors are in alignment to what it is that you're giving them. Okay, so again, selling and providing, it's the same thing. It's like I said, the same thing in a different way. Sometimes I do talk like that. So anyway, so you want to determine the size of your target market and its growth potential. So when you're doing this validation, and what are their behaviors? Like, say, for instance, if you wanted to get into golf clubs, I know my Uncle Bishop, he loves golf, okay? Loves it, loves it, loves it. And as a avid golf player, you know that they don't have the same golf clubs that they keep on a regular basis. They have to, after so long, they have to change those golf clubs, okay? Because of the whacking it, hitting on the ground, they get bent, they get scraped up. They have like so many different things that happen to these golf clubs. So what they would need to do, a person who sells golf clubs have done the research on avid golf players. They've done a research on people who play golf who are not into it all like that. They've done the research. So they know who is their ideal client, targeted audience for golf clubs, their behavior. Then another thing they do when in regard to golf, they go and look in the area where the green is, right? So why would I sell golf clubs in a desert And there's no holes. There's no 9 hole, there's no 18 hole range or anything like that, not even a practice range. It wouldn't seem right. So if I'm going to sell golf clubs, I'm going to do the research on how long golf clubs last on a let's do it as a beginner, as an intermediate, and as a someone who is an avid golf player. And then where are they doing it? And how long do they keep it? All of the little things that go on that has to do with me producing a product or selling a product of golf clubs. This is what I mean by validation. Okay. So when you are doing that particular, like the demographics, the preferences and behaviors, that's what I'm talking about. And then the size of your target market and the growth potential. What is the growth potential on that? How many golfers are going to be buying golf clubs? Are they going to buy it every 6 months? Are they going to change their golf clubs every year? If a new golf club came out, is how many people may be on the bandwagon to buy these new golf clubs. So this is part of identifying your targeted audience. And then here's another one: develop a minimum viable product. So this is called an MVP, the minimum viable product. So you want to create a simplified version of your product or your service to test its core functionality. All right, so what do I mean by that? All right, so let me just tell you what's going on with Celia Reese, and just to give you some insight on what I was just speaking about. So with Celia Reese, one of the things that we have to do testing, right? We were officially going to launch for the 20th of this month, and our product isn't ready. It's just not. That's just the way this is the way that it is. If you want to, depending on who you are and the type of business owner that you want to be, or what type of services that you want to provide, you have to test your product. You have to test it. You have to run and see how it does. One product that may look the same as someone else may not be how yours is supposed to look or how it's supposed to go. So again, with Celia Reese Beauty, we have, my dad is my product developer. We have done round 2 of testing. We have tested not just the product itself and how it works on the skin, how it moisturizes, how it helps with any type of blemishes and yada yada yada. So we have to do testing, and we have to get people who would test it. Right. So we do have testers that are testing our product, and they tell us about the consistency, about the durability of the product, how, not just how it works on their skin, but also its stability. Okay, because you have all of these different variables that goes on with the service that you're going to be providing, and then also you have all these different variables with the products you're going to provide. So you need to make small, okay, remember we just said it, I'm going to say it to you again. You have to have a simplified version of your product or service to test its core functionality. So your MVP should be cost effective to develop and quick to launch. Okay. Now, it all depends on the product or the service that you are developing. Okay. You could be like everyone else. I like original things. I think things that are new and innovative is very exciting. I think that's where you get a lot of people that will invest in things that are innovative and that are new, versus people are copying things. I always say, yeah, people always say, don't reinvent the wheel. It's not the fact that you're reinventing the wheel, but you can always make the wheel better. Okay, if you have the wherewithal and you have a good idea and it is tested and it is proven, and that wheel definitely will not look like the wheel. And I'll just say it like this: Michelin tire has perfected tires. The Michelin tires from 1975 is not the same type of Michelin tire of 2023, nor will it be the same Michelin tire in 2026, because they keep perfecting their product and they keep testing it. So that's one of the things that you want to do. You want to make sure that it is cost effective to develop, because this is the thing: when you develop this product, how much is it going to cost you for you to make 100 units, or how much is it going to cost for you to provide this particular service? How much? And don't forget, we're not just talking about monetary cost, but time. Okay, so you want to make sure that your time is effective, is cost effective, your finances that you invest is cost effective, and that it is quick to launch. Okay, so you want to get it out there to the masses. Another thing that you want to do, you want to test your minimum viable product. You want to test it. We talked about that. So you want to do a pilot with a small group. Remember, I just said that we have people who are testing the Celia Reese brand, and potential customers or beta testers. You also want to gather feedback on its usability, its features, and overall satisfaction. So this is what I'm doing. I mentioned in the beginning of this this video was that I'm doing a study hall. Okay, well, first of its kind, I'm doing a business study hall for entrepreneurs this week. It's sort of like a beta test. It is, to see how this is going to work. It's a free event. So I know a lot of people like free. This is really going to be a great customer, and because there's something that I'm looking to provide a particular service. And the way to do this is to do some beta testing, right? So, like I said, don't worry about if you're trying to draw a big crowd. You just need some people that will be able to test what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're servicing, and give you some honest feedback on everything, and if they were satisfied, and how you can tweak it. Because if you don't get the feedback, you're not going to know how to make the necessary improvements. Okay, you're not going to know how to do that. All right, now the next thing you're going to do is, and this, I like snooping. I'll tell you guys a story on this particular part. This is, you're going to have to research your competition. Yes, you're going to have to research your competition. So you need to evaluate your competitors' strengths, their weaknesses, and marketing position. All right, you need to find out, how are they marketing? Where are they? Where are they marketing to? You know, on Facebook and Instagram, on my page, it literally tells if I'm running ads or not on the page. Can you, and if someone is looking for, they say, how is she getting all this page? Is she putting ads on those pages? And they could see the ad, right? You seen those things that says sponsored. You know, if you see me on Facebook, you seen the word sponsor on some of the ads, especially for the mastermind business study hall. You'll see it sponsored with me talking to people, like I want them to come in and all that. You see that, okay? So I'm a competitor to someone else, and someone else is a competitor to me. And then you also have to study your competitor with identifying the gaps in the market that your business can fill. So where are the gaps in the market? If I'm a consultant, everybody and their mama is a consultant. Everybody, when I was when I had my event planning company, my luxury event planning and design company, for years, people was not doing the type of work that I was doing. And then all of a sudden, someone had this big idea to start a training program so that you can be a certified wedding planner, a certified event planner. And then they started offering that in some of the 2-year colleges for you to get your certification. Then the hospitality had opened up. They never had that before. They didn't have that when I was going to college. They did not have that. Me getting into the event planning had to do with me working for the New York State Assembly. That's how I got into event planning, because of the campaigns and stuff for other politicians. And then it progressed and progressed and progressed. But what I'm saying to you is, you need to find out here, how is your competitors positioning? What is their strength and their weakness, so that how can you, maneuver yourself in and do something that they are not doing? Okay. So like I said, everyone is a consultant now. People who've been in business for 2 years are now consultants. People who've been in business for 3 years. I've been in business for 30 years. I've been consulting for the past 5 to 6 years. And this is I can't do programs. And the reason why, because that is not my style. I am not going to have a program that is a cookie cutter, and you are not a cookie cutter person. That doesn't make sense to me. I'd rather sit down and talk to you and let me give you something that is going to work specifically for you and specifically for your business. So, how am I different than any other consultant? Because I literally do curate a plan for you that is workable for you. There are actionable goals that you can accomplish. That's what I mean. Where do you find with your competitors that they're not doing that you can do? Okay, that's how you got to find the gap in the market that your business can fill. Then you need to determine what makes your offerings a little bit more unique than theirs, because everybody think they have something special. Okay, now we're in the era where people are doing business just a little bit different. Okay, a lot of fanfare, a lot of fanfare. um i I don't listen. I'm not talking about anybody. However you get your money, get your money. Get the money, honey. That's how I feel. But I also know too that everything that glitters is not gold. So, do you want a right now business, or do you want a business that creates a legacy that can last forever? That you have a strong foundation, you did the validation in regard to your business, and you know that that business is going to be here for years. I'm going to give you another example. There's a shoemaker in New York City. He's been doing shoes for eons, for years, 40, 50 years. Had to be over 50 years. He's been doing it. Still, little old man doing shoes, remaking shoes for people, doing it the old way. And those shoes are beautiful, right? It's a legacy. Who's taking over? His daughters are taking over his company. So when he goes, his company is going to forever and ever be there. How do you think you get the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and the Buffetts and the Fords and all that? Because they have built legacy that goes from one generation to another generation. But if you want to go ahead and get your money and get it real fast, you can get it and then drop it and go somewhere else. Or do you want to be like Miss Lisa Price from Carol's daughter who built a brand in her kitchen and then she sold it to bring more legacy, more financial legacy to her family. So you have to think along that way, okay? How is your offers going to be unique? Is it going to be legacy for you to make it unique so that you can be able to weave through, all the stuff that's not going to be here? Because a trend is a trend, and sometimes trends are not your friend. And sometimes a trend, if you get in on the right time, it is your friend. Okay. So what you need to understand is that your business cannot fulfill everything for everyone. And I think I said that. I am not for everyone. I'm not. I'm not for everyone. Some people are going to love me. Some people are going to be like, Some people like, oh, I'll go somewhere. Because if you want instant gratification, I'm not for you. But if you want to work on your business, you want to get it right so that when you look at your bank account, 6 months or a year from now, and you done hit that 6-figure mark or even sooner, then I'm the girl for you. I'm her. Okay. But I am going to make sure that your business is solid, and that if an earthquake come, and your financial earthquake, that you won't crumble, because I know how to survive. Okay, so this is what you need to know, that you cannot be everything for everyone. And if you see that your business is, alike to someone, find what your business can supply or a service to supply that the other business is not providing. I'm telling you, that is going to be the key. You got to find your niche. You can be in the same type of business someone else, but you got something else that they are not doing. Okay. All right. So then the next thing you need to do is, when validating, you got to create a business plan. Well, if you look at my other videos, I talk about the little points on the business plan. You got to go all the way down where it's structuring the business and what entails in the business plan and all of that. So you're going to have to do that. So you need to have a comprehensive business plan that's going to outline all your goals, your financial projections, your marketing strategy, and operational plan. You need to have that. That is part of validating your business. Okay. So I am going to stop right here because I have already given you a lot of information to think about. This is only part 1. Okay. I'm going to come back and talk about part 2 on validating your business and what you need to do and how you need to do it. And I hope that this video helped you, for you to get a handle on what it is that you want to do to have a strong foundation in doing what you want to do, and that it is going to have you to have a better understanding if you do it step by step. Like I said, you got to have a strong foundation. It's just, I don't want you to be out here with LLCs and S corporations and you have it in name, but nothing in that is substantial. Okay. It's one thing to say that you have a business and have it in name and people can look it up, and that's really, really great. It's another thing that your business is a solid foundation. You did a validation on it, and that you know what to do in your next steps. Okay. So I wish that you will prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. And I'll talk to you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Okay. And don't forget to like the video and send me your questions if you have any questions at info@ChristinaLTurner.com. And I will talk to you soon. God bless.